guys, this is Christy Fulk with Create with Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S. Well, I'm back with my 12 weeks of fall and Halloween for 2022. This is week number 4, so it's another Halloween project. After this, we'll have 2 more Halloween projects, and then we'll do the 6th fall. This one features the Bewitching Bundle, and I use the Scary Cute stamp set for the greeting. Now, if you'd like to make this along with me, just look down the video description below and click on that blog post link. When you go there, you'll find the supply list at the bottom of the post, and right above that, you'll also find all the dimensions of the papers and things that you need to make this, to put it together. And it's probably going to be too hard to see this in the video. I can see it glittering in person. Let me get a little closer. I'll move it around, but it's probably not showing, but all of the color that I did on here and our buckles and right here were colored with Wink of Stella and ink. So it glimmers along with the glitter tape that I used at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first off, I'm going to show you the bundle. This is the Bewitching Bundle. It includes the Bewitching stamp set and the Witch Hat Builder Punch. If you buy them separately, it costs more, so make sure you buy them as a bundle and save 10%. Now, of course, I'm using the witch's hat. I'll just be using the witch hat part. I'm not going to be using the stars or the little ribbon that goes across. The stamps, I'm going to be using this one here, and I'm going to be using her feet. I'm also using the Scary Cute stamp set. This also comes in a bundle. It's got some dies that go along with it, but this time I'm just using the stamp set. So it's a trick or treat, you're so sweet, because I needed a greeting. And the bag itself is being made with the mini pocket envelope dies. These are in the annual catalog. I actually got these not too long ago, so it's the first time I've been able to use them. And the dies I'm using is the big one for the bag. And I'm also using this here for the label for my greeting. Okay, first off, we're going to get some stamping done. So I'm grabbing a piece of basic white that's 3.5 by 3 inches. And I'm going to stamp the hat over here on the right because I'm going to be punching it out. So we'll grab the hat stamp and the memento. And of course, you can use any of the witch hats that are in the set. You don't have to use this one. And I'm going to twist it a little bit, make sure I have it inked up really good. And the reason, I can't remember if I said this, but the reason I'm stamping here on the right is so I have something to hold on to when I go to put it in the punch. Okay, now I'm getting a piece of basic white. This is a 5 by 1 3/4 inch piece. I'm going to take her feet, and we'll ink this up. I'm kind of twisting it, getting that color on there really good. That looks pretty good. So we will stamp this here. And I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds because I want the ink to soak in really good and get that bold image that I need for those boots. That's not too bad, so that works. There's a little bit of mark here, but I'm going to be cutting that off, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm going to grab my pumpkin pie ink pad and that Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet. Now, I want to give you a little tip on this. Here, let me show you my boo-boo. This is actually the second time I've done this, trying to get this done. I kept getting ink on this extra rubber that was out here, even when I was barely tapping on it, and it would still do it. So what I did, I took some scissors. I don't know if you can tell, there's still some of the padding where the rubber used to be. And I just kind of took some scissors, angled them a little bit, and cut off some of that extra rubber. So hopefully that's going to take care of this. Let's see if it does. I have not checked it out. Hopefully I trimmed it enough. But to just be on the safe side, what I think is the easiest is when you're worried about getting ink on the rubber that's around it, turn it upside down and then just tap it with the ink pad, okay? Now, I do still see a little bit here, so I'm going to take this off with my finger. You can also use a Kleenex. I've always got ink on my fingers, so I don't even think about it anymore. Then I will stamp this right here. Perfect. This part right here under the "your" is what kept inking up and stamping bad for me. So I think I trimmed that pretty good, so we're good to go. And now we are ready to let's get some coloring done first. I was going to get the die cutting machine out, but it's a lot easier to do these while they're still on their pieces of paper. So let's go ahead and bring the witch's hat back in. I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella, and you want to shake this up really good and periodically shake it up as you're coloring. Let's start with the pumpkin pie ink pad since we have it out. I'm going to squeeze it while it's closed. That way the ink goes down here in the bottom part of the ink pad. And casing, that is. Pick up some of this, and everywhere that I want orange, I'm going to put right here. Shake it up. I'm going to angle it to me and see if, yep, the glitter is coming out. You can squeeze it a little bit to get more to come out if you need to. And you just pick up some more ink, and let's put one about right here. So I'm kind of leaving two over here because I'm going to be using two colors. I'm using Pumpkin Pie, Highland Heather, and Old Olive. And let's leave those two, so I'll put an orange one over here. So it's kind of, I've got kind of have a triangle thing here going. Pick a little more ink. Let's start with an orange over here. There too, we'll leave blank. So let's go up here. And then we'll do, let's see, let's do these two with the other colors, and here's an orange one. So that should be enough orange. Grabbing a piece of paper towel. And I'm not even squeezing, I'm just wiping it off. Let's see, we're all done with the pumpkin pie, so I'll go ahead and close that up. Let's grab the Highland Heather, squeeze it, and get a pull of ink in there again. Until I've got a great big one on here. The new ink here is hit the bottom, though. Shake this up, and we will do that here. Oh, looks like I squeezed a little bit to get some of the shimmer out, and I think I did a little too much, but that's okay. There's one there. Let's go ahead and go down here for this one. Since this one's on the right side, we'll do this one more in the center. Pick up some more of the Highland Heather. Do one in this grouping. And I'm going to do one here on this end one. I like the Highland Heather a little better than the Old Olive, even though I still love Old Olive. I want a little more purple to show. So we'll clean this off. Oh, we're going to do some more Highland Heather. I wanted her stocking stripes to be Highland Heather. Now you can pick whatever color you want. I went back and forth between Highland Heather and the pumpkin pie. But I like the Highland Heather. And I really wish this was showing up in the video. Every time I use the Wink of Stella, I cannot get it to show up on pictures or on videos. So if you're making this with me, you're seeing all the glitter. Look to it. I really like how shiny it is when you get it in the light just right. But I'm not showing it on the video, I can tell. Okay, so we've got that cleaned off. You always clean off your brush as you go. And now we'll get the Old Olive out. Squeeze it to get some ink. And we'll do the last of these dots with the Old Olive. And I just realized I missed a purple one. So we are going to bring that Highland Heather back in here. I'm not going to worry about squeezing because I think I still have plenty of ink in there. And we'll do this last circle. Okay, so clean that off. And we will grab crushed curry. That's going to be the last color we're going to color. Get that ink. I'm going to do the little sash here with the crushed curry. And then I'm going to do the buckles of her boots with the crushed curry. Okay, we're all done with the coloring. Now I need to do some fussy cutting, and then I'll get the die cutting machine out. So I'm going to grab my paper snips. We don't have anything in that punch as you saw for her boots. So I'm going to cut this out. And the trick with cutting is to have the paper move more than the scissors. That gives you a smoother curve when you do curves. And then I'm just going to make this a little smaller piece. It's a little easier to hold on to. And now I'll take this. We'll go from this way and do the inside curve here. Now you can go ahead and just cut these into two separate legs if you want to. I kind of liked them staying together. It made it a little less to have to attach to my bag. So I will show you that trick here in just a minute. So I'll just speed this up while I'm cutting. Okay, I've got the outer part done, but I didn't want to have a bunch of white here, and I'm only going to leave a little bitty spot right up here at the top still connected. So I'll speed this up and you can watch and see how I do it. Okay, now I stopped right about here. I kind of fold this down so you can see. So I'm just going to cut. Actually, I think I'm going to go up even a little bit higher. I'm I'm going to make it so at least 2 of the purple stripes past that. There we go. You don't need much. And then I will just cut this piece off. And then when I get this off, if I feel like I need to cut a little more off, I can. Yeah, I thought I might. It was getting in the way and I couldn't get that little piece to go up a little higher. So I'll hurry up and cut a little bit more off. Okay, there we go. So we've got her all cut out with just a little bitty white line right there just to keep those together because that's going to be hiding underneath the greeting. Okay, let's go ahead and get our die cutting machine out now. Okay, of what we stamped, this is the only thing that we need to die cut there. So I'm going to put this on here, get it right where I want it, because center it there in that opening. I'm going to take some Post-it tape. And I forgot to tell you I always tell you the sandwich. It is the platform at the bottom, the thick one, the die plate, and a standard cutting plate. Then you put another standard cutting plate on top of the die and the cardstock. Run this through. And we have our little scalloped rectangle. Now, the only other thing we need to die cut is that big bag. So we'll keep the same sandwich here. I'm grabbing a piece of, this is from the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. It's in the July to December mini catalog, but it is a host set. So if you either host a workshop or place at least a $150 order before shipping and tax, you can pick this out with your Stampin' Rewards. Okay, so like I said, this is a 5 1/4 by 4 1/2. Let's grab the bag die, and it fits just right. Put another standard cutting plate on top and run it through. And now we have our bag all ready to go, and it's even scored for us. So let's go ahead and get the die cutting machine out of the way and finish this bag. Okay, first off, let's go ahead and grab our bag and grab our bone folder. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to fold on all of the score lines. I can actually see the score line better here on top. So we'll fold this way. Okay. And there are 2 more. There's this tab right here, so you fold it back. So yeah, it's definitely easier to see because you can't really see the score line until you fold on the other side. So turn it back over where you see it the best on the front, and then fold it back like so. Now it's going to make it go a lot easier when I go to put this together because the folds have already been done. It's broken up all the fibers, and that folds is a lot easier. I'm going to grab my silicone mat just to protect my work surface. These are kind of narrow. You can definitely use Seal, or you can use, or Seal Plus actually, or the Terran tape. But I think with this being a little narrower, I think it's a little easier to use the glue. So I'm going to just put some glue on all these tabs, well, both of these tabs, shouldn't say all, there are only 2 of them. And I'm keeping them folded down because I think it's a little easier to do it this way rather than flatten it back out and turn it back over. And then all I need to do, I'm going to turn it this way so I can see all those folds, make sure they're still folded down. Bring this down. And the nice thing with the glue too, I can move it around just a little bit until it dries. And it does dry pretty quick, so it doesn't give you a lot of time. But there, I made sure all those folds were folded down. And I'm putting pressure on here to get that glue, to take hold. And there we are. There's your bag. Wasn't that easy? It comes together really, really quick. Now, I just had to use that glitter washi tape we've got in the July December mini catalog. I love this washi tape. And the black, I didn't think it was going to show up that much, so I didn't use the black one, but I am going to use the Highland Heather, Old Olive, and the Pumpkin Pie. So I think I'm going to start off with my Highland Heather. And I'm going to have it go just over a little bit. Actually, I cut that pretty straight, so I'm going to put it right there on the end. Hold it down and bring it across. You can definitely do it without the washi tape, but I thought it was kind of neat. I'm going to tear it, but a little farther away from the end, okay? And I'll show you why here in a minute. Let's go with the Old Olive next. See if I can find the end. Sometimes it's really hard to find it with this. There we go. Especially the first time you use it, it's hard to find. Now this one, I kind of cut at an angle, so we're going to go over the edge here too, but I'm making sure it's right up against the Highland Heather tape. There we go. Tear that a little farther away. And then last but not least, we're going to do that pumpkin pie. This end, it doesn't look real great either, so we're going to make it go over right across. And now I didn't want to wrap it around it because then we just had these kind of weird looking things there. So, and you could also go all the way and make it even longer and have it across the bottom there. But I just decided to only do the bottom. So I'm going to turn this over so I can see where that tape is at and cut right along the edge of the bag to take that washi tape off. We'll do this here on the other side. And now we have nice straight edges for the front. Okay, now let's bring in her feet. And I'm going to put some glue. You can use seal too, but since I've got the glue out, I thought I'd just stick with the glue. And yes, you saw my the other side. That's why there's some on here. Every time I make a mistake, I'm always so glad I've got two sides to cardstock. Okay, now I'll turn this over. And I'm going to have it so her feet are right on the bottom and center her left and right. She's got one foot that's up just a little bit. Okay, so hold that down. And I think it glues pretty good on that glitter tape too. As long as I hold it down and let it soak in. Okay, now we are going to bring in the greeting. And, yep, there's my other side where I messed up. Actually, you don't even see where it messed up, do you? But that's okay. If I centered it, you would have seen the mark that that stamp made. Oops, here I got my silicone mat. Oh, good, I didn't get any glue on there. Good. Okay, now I'm going to make sure I cover up where they come together. I only need a little bit of her stockings to show. That way her hat has plenty of room to fit. Okay, so it's centered left and right. Get that down. Now we're going to bring in the hat. No, we don't have to fussy cut that because remember we have that punch. So I'm grabbing this one. We'll put this in here. I'm going to angle it to me. Oh, it looks like I need to, it's not, that's as far down as I can go and it's not centering. So what you do with that, just take your scissors. I'm going to trim this up a little bit here. Oh, much better. So that's an easy fix there. So I'm going to angle this to me so I can get it all centered, and then I'll show you. To get it angled just right. There we go. Pop it. And then you can just discard the little pieces you don't need. If you want to add those stars on, you definitely can. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals. Now the hat is going to be hanging over here. So I don't want to go past the sash too much. Okay. So I can kind of see where the sash is. So I can go up a little bit above that. So I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. Put one right here, just a little bit above, not a lot. And then I'm going to put one here and another one right here. And take the paper backings off. And we will, they're sticking to me. Got a little glue on my fingers, I think. And then I'll put this right here where it looks good, making sure that I've got my dimensionals all the way down because we don't want to close that bag. Oh, yep, I can tell it's fine. Just put my finger back there and I don't feel any dimensionals. So now I'll push it down. And now we've got our Trick or Treat You're So Sweet bag all done. And what I found that fits pretty good, I know Reese cups fit. They're a little thick, but they do fit. I had some of these old Reese's Pieces. I don't know if any of you out there, demonstrators especially, this is actually old candy. I wouldn't give to anybody because it's too old to eat. But I keep it for my packaging to show on my videos. But the one thing, it is a little wide, so I'm just I can fold them a little bit to get it going, and then it goes in with no problem. And the Reese's Pieces move around in there too. So it kind of looks a little gathered, but I kind of liked that look. So there we go. So that's a really fast and easy way to get some candy to your friends. And this doesn't take long at all. As you can tell, the bag comes together really quick. And if you decided to do one of the other witches' hats that you don't have to color in, you can definitely do that. And it would look really cute too. So I hope you enjoyed today's 12 Weeks of Fall and Halloween. I had fun making this. I'm having fun making these Halloween projects. I like this Halloween sets we have this year. And if you'd like to stamp with me again, just subscribe to my YouTube channel and then select all when that bell icon pops up. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video, and you can stamp along with me in those videos too. I don't just do Halloween. And I also, if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. And I'd love to send your first set of catalogs out to you for free. This is the annual catalog and the July to December mini catalog. And that's where the stamp set and punch came from. And the dies for the bag came from the annual catalog. So just click that contact me link below and give me your mailing address, and I'll get these mailed out to you right away. So I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you again here next week for another Halloween project for my 12 Weeks of Fall and Halloween. And I'll be back during the week with some other videos too. And of course, now this Tuesday I'm not doing my lives, but normally I do a live every Tuesday. But this Tuesday we'll be taking off because of a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack I'm doing. So I hope you have a great day, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.